Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of our Transport Fever 2 playthrough, a Chicago and Northwestern theme, as we're sitting here taking a peek at one of our north-south lines connecting Hartford up to the main line. This is episode 12, as we continue to work towards our goal of connecting every city with passenger rail and providing both of their product needs. Now, I did some pretty significant off-camera work because it would have made for a terrible video. But if you recall, I showed you that Hartford has a much higher target population than its current population, and that was primarily because what was here in the previous episode, a good chunk of real estate was boxed off by the roundabout here, and then the train station here, and the pickup for our fuel trucks. So the first thing I did was I relocated the fuel truck depot over to here, and I built a much more well-developed network of entrances and exits, and I built a roundabout for ease of in and out, and then I shifted the cargo station over to here as well, and that freed up a bunch of space over here. I then destroyed the bridge and pushed the roundabout back over to this side of the rail, which freed up this whole area right here for development. And I then built a third tram line, the West Line. And so you can see there's not a lot of development yet, but you can also see that you're starting to see an uptick here in overall population. So I'm happy with how that turned out. I also caught something that I'm a little concerned about, which is our food supply over here in Miramar. Now, what I don't understand is it's suddenly only demanding 2, because it says it's fulfilling 100% of the transport. I pulled up the lines, and everything looks good. We're certainly, we're getting trucks over to William Street. When I click on William Street, it seems to be serving, the area the way that I would want it to. I mean, these are all the right facilities. And so, I look back up over here, and I'm not seeing any problems here. Oh, you know what? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Look at this. So I relocated this drop-off point to help kind of create a little bit of loop. The problem is, look, this is connected to this. It's not connected to this. So we need to pause and fix this right now. So let's see here. If I extend, no, I don't need a bus lane. If I extend this like this. Okay, good. That one does connect. Perfect. So, we're going to destroy that. We're going to... Oh, that's the Springfield food line. Where's the transfer line? Yep, okay, it's looking for 6th Street. It can't find it. It's going to drop off here instead, so it's going to loop down and around. That should fix that problem. Oof, what a silly oversight on my part. That's going to change the game dramatically. So if I look, we should start to see, yeah, and you can see the impact. I mean, the number of shopping facilities are plummeting because it's being dried up. Oh, yep, look at that. It's already skyrocketing. Ooh, what do we have here? Okay, ooh, more intermodal. Okay, some silver liners, but we're not really using those anymore. I'm excited about the intermodal. That will be cool. We'll have to get to that here in a little bit. Yeah, you can already see it jumping back up, and that's going to help us with our production our production is ramping back up, which means, okay, so we fixed that. It's going to take a little bit of time to actually see that play out. But that's not the focus of what we're trying to do today. The focus of what we're trying to do today is work on getting this top corner developed, because Billings has It's construction materials, but that's it. And then it has, but no tools. Flint has nothing, and neither of them are connected to passenger rail, which again are the goals for each of our cities, is to have all of that happening. Now the first thing we're going to do is, let's see, do I want to rail this sucker? Yeah, I think I do. Okay, let's get our tools online. We're going to have an easy source of tools actually, because if you look, we have an excess of steel production. So we're going to solve that real quick here. Okay, and oops, doesn't like that for some reason. Do we even need this connection? No. We'll delete that, and we will build a much better highway right up here. And we're going to connect it. Now, let's see here. We'll need to build a true station at both ends here for reasons that will become clear in a minute. Because the plan here is to send steel down and then bring tools back up. So we're going to do a truck route that's going to run the steel down here. And this is going to be awesome because check this out. One steel is 2 tools. We're going to crank out tools like crazy. Then we're going to run the tools back up. Then we'll run a fresh freight line over to here. And then what I'm thinking I'm going to do is we can take advantage of some of our intermodal assets and then have just a quick shuttle freight, get those 2 things down over here as well. And that's how we'll set that up, and then after that we'll do our passenger rail. So let's go ahead and get this configured. Okay, exit, entrance. Same thing down here. And I'm widening this not necessarily because of the amount of cargo, but because of the semis we're going to be using. I want to make sure that they have plenty of space to maneuver. Well, that reminds me of one other I think I saw when I was doing my off-camera work. Hold on a second. There's a slight deviation because we do have a problem here. We're losing products. So we've got our airplanes. I thought I saw an upgrade come through, and I did. Excellent. Now, we do have a cargo version. Okay, the 757 cargo is in. I don't think we need 6 aircraft anymore. I think we can do it with just 5. Look how expensive this is going to be, by the way. It's going to be pretty pricey. Replace. And then let's go ahead. I know it's got cargo in it, but let's just get you off the rolls here. Okay. That should help with that. Okay. So we're going to run this line down here. Let's go ahead and just do a quick connecting line so that way we don't need to run a new vehicle depot. We can use the existing ones. It's going to take a little while to get there, but I am okay with that. Oh, it would help if I build the line. And let's do, I don't think we've done a white one yet. Okay. So we're going to call this Temecula Steel Tools. Okay, go back to our depot. All these are patiently waiting for assignment. And there they go. So now they should be coming off the line. That's connected there. That's connected there. So we should start to see... Ooh, but is it connected to... No, it's not. Okay, we're going to have to do this then. Okay, so we're going to delete you. The issue is it's connected to the train station, it's not connected to the steel mill, so it's not detecting any reason for it to distribute production in any way, shape, or form. So, let's go ahead and bridge over this. Let's do a quick concrete bridge. Let's round that down like that. And then, and actually we don't even need this drive at all anymore. So let's smooth this out even better. Why is it? There we go. Okay. This will be a little bit rough for now. We'll redo this area later. We're just trying to get it online. Okay, so now it's yelling at me. Yep, because it doesn't know where the heck to go. So we're going to go here to 2. We're going to eliminate that and go from there. So let's see. Yep, they're turning around, they're correcting. And now... Yep, okay, it's detected the tools. Good stuff. Slow down our speed, we don't need to be going. We don't need to be moving so fast through time. In the real world, the Northwestern only has 10 more years of life left. It's going to be... 95 is basically going to be when it starts to cease to exist. I think we're just going to have to be practical here and just do an interchange. Ooh, that bump looks nasty though. I don't want that. Can I make it under? I'm kind of intrigued by that possibility. Hold on. Let's play around with this a little bit here. We gotta wait. We gotta wait. Okay, now it's clear. Let's delete some track segments. Okay, terrain. We're gonna lower. Let's expand our brush size. Ooh, we don't want to lower it that much. There's water down there. Okay, let's smooth this out. Now, I gotta make sure we can fit 2 tracks down here. Why is it not liking that? Let's delete that for a second. Okay. Now, what would happen if... Aha! Perfect. I love it. Okay. And we're just going to do that girder style bridge, because I think that's fitting of the era and geography. Boom. Okay. Now, I'll have to make one quick adjustment. Okay. This needs to swing over here and then cross. Is basically what we're doing. So we're going to swing. Ooh, hello. Let's do this. We're going to try and smooth the terrain a little bit. see what happens when I do that. Yeah, oh, too much slope. That shows just how much I had to mess with the landscape there. We'll just do an open cut like that, and I'm cool with it. Alright, let's go back and smoothen this out as best we can. Okay, I like that. Alright, now we need a big sloping turn. 60 miles an hour is pretty good for freight, which is what we're doing here. And it would follow the river like this, and then we're going to wait until after the river forks just to help save with, save some length. And we are in the modern era, so we want to do more of a modern style bridge. I don't think I needed to make this as high as I thought. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry, Billings, we're going to box you in just a little bit here. So we're going to do as broad of a curve as we can. I'll take 50 miles an hour given the circumstances. We'll deal with the grade crossing for now. I don't even know where they're going. Where are they going? Oh, they're going over to Grand Prairie. Okay, that's a heck of a drive. Okay, I'm going to press play because we paused because we were having to temporarily remove some of our passenger line. Do I have modern crossings yet? Yes, I do. Thank goodness. About time. Okay. I'll have to go through and edit the few grade crossings we have to include those. Okay. So we've got this all set up. Let's go ahead and signalize here real fast. Okay. Do some on the bridge here. Come on, autosave. There we go. Right, and then we will need to do some signal work here. Okay. And this is connected here, so when I add this line, it should be good to go. So I'm going to do a rail line here. It's going to run all the way up to here. I'm going to call this Billings Tools like that. Now I don't think I have Yeah, we'll just build another depot back here. I'm fine with that. Okay, so we're going to just do a quick thing like this. I don't want a catenary, no thank you. Okay. Now, we'll start with just one SD40-2. We could need more. There is one asset I want to try out. What are we shipping? Oh no, it's, dang it. It's I want to do the auto racks, but it's machines and products. We'll find a new purpose for it. Could do boxcars. We've got these new container well cars. I think I'm gonna try these. We'll just do 3 for now. And we're going to put them on Billings tools. Now, if this works... Okay, well, that was a little embarrassing. I tore down this route and rebuilt it. I trucked a rail station down here. Obviously, I've reverted back to an earlier save, and I could not get this stupid tools factory to identify Billings as a consumer until I realized that I forgot to put trucks on the Billings tools route. So, as far as it knew, it wasn't a consumer. Thankfully, I have fixed that. It is now, let's see if any of them actually have any tools going up. Well, it says it's shipping. It's identified it as a consumer. Oh, yep, there we go. We got tools. Okay. So it's finally going to happen. All right. So we're going to let that lie for a little bit because it's going to obviously take a while to get going. Let's go ahead and resume our time now that I figured out my stupid error that I made. And let's go ahead and build our shuttle line. Oops, I do not want a catenary. No thank you. Okay. And build our shuttle line, our freight shuttle line over to, hello, why are we having an issue? Oh, we're colliding with the road. Got it. Okay, so let's do that. Do that. Well, no, we can have this low because we're not going to have any river traffic this far at the northern corner of the map, so we're going to have this thing fly over to here. I'm trying to think of how I want to build this out. Okay. This seems like an ideal spot for our tools. This seems like a good spot for construction materials, which means we're going to form a little bit of grid here, destroy this building. So sorry. And then expand this out like that. We're going to build a cargo station. I'm going to, well, we only actually need to one track this for now. You're going to see how we're going to do this here in just a second. Okay. Let's adjust. And we will truly, we won't even need, there we go. Yep, we will not even need to worry about switches or anything here. Because we're just going to run one train. Now, we need... Or I need two. Nope. Okay. We're going to need these two here. Let's add a few more cargo platforms. And build our street connections. Okay. So, we're going to do a green one. Okay, so this is going to be Flint Tools. Where'd you go? There we go. And the only thing that it's going to pick up here are tools. And then we're going to add another line. We'll make it yellow for the other half of CNW. And have it do that. Name it Flint Conmats. And same deal, at lower Flint, it is only going to pick up construction materials. Okay, now I already have a road depot. Let's buy 8 of these. Four for each. Okay, so now we're going to build a rail line from here to here. I'll give this a nice shade of green. I'm going to call it the Flint Shuttle. Now, we're going to buy an SD-42, obviously, workhorse of the fleet at this point, and we will now buy, let's see, this carries tools, it carries construction materials, and this sucker has a capacity of 200. And we're going to slap that on the line. Now that should start to see demand jump. Yep, it's getting Flint on the line, but obviously the Flint conmats are going to go on the Billings train. They're going to get dumped here, and then they'll get picked up. And the same thing's going to happen down here, if I can recenter myself, there we go, where it's going to, yep, okay, that is solid. And if we look, yep, we're seeing more steel get diverted that way, and we've got our first tools on the line. And this is kind of thematic, right? We're using intermodal well cars, and we have trucks, you know, delivering the tools to be used. And so, let's see, it should load up. Yeah, it's not a huge load, so you're only going to see a couple 20-foot containers. And then off we go. Okay, so this is online and functioning. And then the other main thing we need to do in this episode is get our commuter rail going. So we're going to go over here. We're going to configure. Well, let's see here. Already got a platform. Okay. So then we got to build another platform on the other side. Okay, now, how do we want them to get over there? underpass. Yep, throw a couple underpasses down. And then we should be good to go. And then let's go ahead and keep our cool little curved roof features going on this station. Okay, so the idea here is this is going to, do we want to swing it up and around? Yeah, I like that. We're going to swing it up and around. Okay, so two-track this, make sure it's being served by the bus, which it is, and then I believe I already have this primed as well. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna high-speed rail this, no catenary. You know what, let's work smarter, not harder here. There we go. Let's share a bridge. And in fact, we're going to share a good chunk of rail space until we get to right there. And the idea here is this is just a little regional hop to connect them onto the more main line service. And so, to that end, let's get this double tracked here. Switched over. Now I think this is going to take off like gangbusters for a reason I'll show you in just a second. When I was scouting out how to connect these guys, I saw something very, very interesting. Let's do our switches before I forget. Maybe. There we go. And then we'll signalize, get the trains on, do a time jump, and that'll be our episode. Okay, so check out Flint. It has literally no destinations outside of Flint. It has, somehow the city has no connections, not to another single city. Billings isn't that much better. I think Grand Prairie is the only other one. So my point is, this is going to take off because we are suddenly, if you remember from one of the earliest passenger episodes what happened to Grand Prairie, the same thing's going to happen here. So let's signalize. Now, probably the asset that I really wish this game, the mod that I wish was accessible the most, because it would really check off a number of boxes for me, would be bi-level commuter cars, like Metra style. Would make a huge difference. And you know, if you're somebody who does mods and you're listening, let me know. I'd be willing to throw some money your way to make it happen. There's the stock like Bombardier ones, but they have their look is so much more different compared to it's not a good analog. And I'll even show you, somebody did a Metra skin. Now it's the really modern Metra skin. It would look very out of place in 1986 if I did that. But you'll see what I mean here in just a second when I show you. Okay, so we're going to start at Billings. I'm going to go over to Flint transfer, but I want to be on track 1. then I want to be track 3. Okay, we're on the different one, and we're back. Perfect. Okay, now let's see. Just do this so that we have a connection to the engine depot over there. I'll have to add a couple of quick signals to make this work. Okay. So the nice thing is the F40PH is here, which is perfect. Classic Metra, although we might be a little 86, we should be okay. That's good to go. But then again, when you look at passenger service, the Bombardier, the basic one is for Toronto for the Go service up north. That doesn't look good. But then I don't know. I'm not a fan. So maybe we'll just do, even though it's single level, it almost looks more true to form. What's the loading speed? 4 times loading speed though. Yeah, you know what? Fine. We'll do it. Oh, I gotta name this line, don't I? And we'll just call it the Metra route. The locomotive looks great. That's about all I can say about that. Okay. Well, we've got our lines in place to get these 2 cities up and running. Let's see what happens. We'll do a quick flash forward and then we'll wrap up. Alright everybody, it took a little bit of time, but we are starting to see the benefits of our new services. So, as you can see, we got a full train, but you can also see the cost of the time it took to get it up there. But not only is it a full train, it's got a full train waiting for it here at Temecula. So people aren't just trying to leave Flint and Billings. You also have people trying to get to those locations as well. And in fact, let's go ahead and get another one on the line, because if you look back up here at Flint, you've got quite a few people. You got a whole other train we're trying to get to Temecula. About a third of a train's worth of folks who's trying to get to Billings. And then over here at Billings, you've got a sizable chunk of folks wanting to hop on as well. So that's looking pretty good. This is still losing a good chunk of money, but that's because we set it up for future growth. It's a high capacity train, but look at the impact it's had on Flint. Flint's at 360 some right now. It could get up to 971, because all of a sudden we gave this town access to almost 6,000 destinations. Plus we're starting to get it a little bit of construction materials and tools. Slowly but surely, we're getting it there. Meanwhile, Billings has taken off. It's exploded like that, you can see. I'm thinking we're actually going to need to just go ahead and cut across both rivers here, because this rail line is really boxing the city in, and it's already kind of boxed in on this wall. But that's for later. Regardless, there's good solid growth. You can see primarily construction materials, but we are waiting for free path. Oh, interesting. How do let's see. There we go. But you can see 60 tools coming in. I love how intermodal looks. The well cars, they look so cool. So you can see we're starting to get more tools trickle up here. It's going to take a while for this to really develop. Right now it's only sending 60 steel down there, but remember, 60 steel makes 120 tools. So we got to get these towns growing and these lines will continue to develop. So that's really good news. The other really good news is thanks to our correction of our placement goof, Miramar is back up and growing. You can see it's recovering from the dip that it took. We're getting grain back, or we're getting food back out there, which is awesome. And meanwhile, Hartford is slowly climbing. Look, it could grow even more now, and it's starting to fill in some of the spaces that we created when we moved all that stuff out. So we're in good shape here as well. So we are moving right along. Now the year is 1987, so we're going to need to do some changes here, because in 1986, Milwaukee Road was purchased by the Sioux Line / Canadian Pacific. So we'll need to do a little bit of restructuring there, but I don't think I have any assets available yet for those railroads, which is unfortunate. Regardless, they wouldn't have repainted all the locomotives right away, but I thought I saw a new, yes, these covered hoppers take plastic. So let's go ahead. I just think it looks way better than boxcars for plastic. That's just me personally. Yeah, I just think that looks cool. Alright, and that about wraps it up. We're in great shape. Our cities up here in the northeast are coming online, which means, again, now we're down to just a handful of cities: Memphis, Manchester, Sacramento, St. Louis, and Costa Mesa. That's it. Every other city is currently serviced by passenger rail and has both of its product needs met. So we're in good shape. So that's all I've got. We'll see you next time. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you for next episode.